On this accord, B1276 points us into the headlight switch position circuit as seen by the MICU. In plain language, the control unit may not be seeing the combination light switch state it expects. The driver may notice exterior lighting behavior that does not match the switch position, or the code may show up during a body electrical scan. The possible fault areas are the combination light switch, the switch signal wiring, the switch ground path, poor connections, or the MICU area in the under-dash fuse and relay box. We'll keep the related switch position codes as background only and stay focused on the B1276 diagnostic path. Start with the basic system checks, then verify the problem in the scan tool data list. Watch the 4 headlight switch parameters while moving the combination light switch through OFF, position or parking, auto, and on or headlight. In off, only the OFF parameter should read on. In position, only the parking parameter should read on. In auto, only the auto parameter should read on. In headlight, parking and headlight should read on, while OFF and auto stay OFF. If every value follows the switch correctly, treat it as an intermittent failure for now. The system is okay at this time, so concentrate on loose terminals, poor connections, or a condition that is not present right now. If any value does not match, continue with the circuit checks. Next, look at the same headlight switch data list values again: off, parking, auto, and headlight. The decision here is simple. If the affected data value is OFF when it should not be on, go to the jumper test at the switch connector. If the value is still showing on, go after a possible switch input being held low or shorted. For a value that is stuck on, turn the ignition switch to lock 0, or put the vehicle in OFF mode with the engine start/stop button. Disconnect the combination light switch 12P connector, then check the same scan tool parameters again. If the value changes from on to OFF after the switch is unplugged, the combination light switch is the failure area, and the procedure calls for replacing the combination light switch. If the value does not change, leave the switch disconnected and move on to checking the wiring for a short to ground. With the ignition still at lock 0 or OFF mode, disconnect under-dash fuse/relay box connector N20P. For this short to ground check, the combination light switch 12P connector and under-dash fuse/relay box connector N20P both stay disconnected. Check continuity to body ground on the H/L OFF SW, H/L on SW, and parking LT SW circuits. That means connector N no. 18 PNK to body ground, connector N no. 19 YEL to body ground, and connector N no. 20 GRI to body ground. If there is continuity on one of those circuits, repair the short to ground in that wire. If there is no continuity, those 3 switch signal wires are okay, and the procedure identifies a faulty MICU. Replace the under-dash fuse/relay box. If the earlier data list check sent you down the OFF side path, turn the ignition switch to lock 0, or select OFF mode and disconnect the combination light switch 12P connector. Now use a jumper wire to connect each switch input to body ground as called out. Connector no. 1 PNK to body ground, connector no. 7 YEL to body ground and connector no. 8 GRI to body ground. Watch the same scan tool parameters while you do it. If the value changes from OFF to on, the wiring and MICU are seeing the input, so the procedure calls for replacing the combination light switch. If the value does not change from OFF to on, continue to the open or high resistance checks. For the open circuit check, keep the ignition at lock 0 or OFF mode. Disconnect under-dash fuse/relay box connector N20P and keep the combination light switch 12P connector disconnected. Check continuity end to end on the H/L OFF SW, H/L on SW, parking LT SW, and combine SW GND LT circuits. Check connector N no. 18 PNK to combination light switch connector no. 1 PNK. Check connector N no. 19 YEL to combination light switch connector no. 7 YEL, check connector N no. 20 GRI to combination light switch connector no. 8 GRI. Then check connector and no. 1 BLK to combination light switch connector no. 6 BLK. If there is no continuity, repair the open or high resistance in the affected wire. If there is continuity on these circuits, the wires are okay and the MICU is the remaining suspect. At that final YES result, the replacement line is incomplete, so do not guess past it. Pause, recheck the earlier diagnostic path, and avoid making an unsupported call. After the repair, keep verification separate from the pinpoint testing. Clear the code, operate the combination light switch through the same positions, and confirm the scan tool data matches the switch positions and B1276 stays gone. The takeaway is to let the data list tell you whether the input is stuck on or stuck OFF, then prove the switch, the signal wires, the ground path, and only then the MICU side. For more diagnostic training, visit stepdiagnostics.com.